Hey guys, what is up? It is Bibs7 here again, and welcome to another RuneScape 3 vlog here today. In this video, we're going to be going over the patch notes from this week's update, which pretty much just includes a bunch more patch notes related to Anachronia, as well as a couple of things for the new Profound Halo that came out, and a couple of little things for auras. So, yeah, pretty much nothing new in terms of content this week. They're still working on, making sure the Anachronia update is fully functional and tweaked to their liking, and the feedback everyone's been giving has been taken into account. So yeah, first of all, there are several things that were changed slightly for Big Game Hunter. Some of these were already changed as hotfixes last week, so you might have missed them, or they might have not put some of them in until today. I'm not sure which ones were already in and which are new, because they don't really list that, but they've added the ability to get strange rocks from skinning creatures, which I'm not sure why it wasn't the case before. They also say they've removed some of the stones from around the scorpion traps, which I hope they've removed almost all the stones, but I'm going to go over to the Arcane Apatosaur hunting grounds to take a look and see if I can notice any difference, because those things are really annoying, because you can even blade a dive and you won't even move, and you'll just dive straight into the stone, but you won't even have moved any squares, which is very weird. The Jadinkos no longer spawn on the lowest tier encounters, which are the Arcane Apatosaur here, the Simitops, and the Bagrata Rex, which I think is good. It just gives a little bit of oh wow, they removed all of them. That's so nice. It's going to be much nicer building stuff now. There used to be little gray stones, kind of like this one that's on the top of this. One here, there was probably one there, and one in the back. They were all around the rubble and made it really annoying having to avoid those when using your movement abilities. So it looks like they've removed them all, which is fantastic, because those were super annoying and how they blocked you. But yeah, the Jadinkos being removed from these ones is nice, I guess. Gives it a little bit of a increase in difficulty, I guess, if you want to call it that, to the upper levels of the Big Game Hunter creatures. However, I've been doing a bunch of the tier 2 one on my hardcore, and I still don't, I barely even notice the Jadinko's existence. It doesn't really affect things all that much, and really doesn't serve to spice up the encounter any more than just doing a regular one without them does. So that's just my opinion on those. I feel like they need to add more different unique things to each monster to make it any more exciting than it already is. I really enjoy the Big Game Hunter as it is. I have no problem with it, but I hope they don't continue to add small little random things like that without just making it different for each monster. That would actually make it unique. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but kind of something that comes to mind that is a similar in this respect is the Legio bosses. They all have the same central theme, but each one has its own similar small difference in mechanics, although those are probably a bit larger of difference than they might want to add to the Big Game Hunter creatures. But each Legio boss has a different mechanic that it has that makes it unique from the others, so they might want to take some sort of similar approach to that here. They also say they've halved the chance of the Jinkos spawning in an encounter, so I barely ever remember noticing them before. Now it'll be even less so. They also have removed one of the hard paths from the Arcane Apatosaur right here. I've caught over 150 meat worth of this guy on my hardcore, and I never had any trouble with any of the paths, so I don't really know what they're removing there. I know people have cried about it on Reddit, but it's really not hard, so I'm not sure why they took the action to remove one, but maybe that'll appease the people who were whining about it being too difficult. Other than that, they have also added a couple of new achievements, so I want to see what those are. Annoyingly, they don't list what they are, they just list their names. Also, I still don't have my comp back because I'm so freaking lazy and haven't done all of the dinos yet, pretty much. I could do all the other ones without a problem, but yeah, I need to just do this. But I don't even know where the heck this would be. Probably in Skills Hunter, I would assume. Nope, that is not correct. There's one called Got to Go Around It. I guess maybe it's in Exploration. Anachronia. Here we go. Let's see what this one is. Got to Go Around It. Are these in alphabetical order? Nope, not at all. Here we go. Complete a big game encounter without stepping into the creature's vision ring. Okay, that's a pretty cool little achievement there. Wouldn't be too hard, just kind of annoying. And it would be a lot easier depending on your grass RNG. And then we have in and out, nice and slow. Interesting achievement name there. Complete a big game hunter encounter without using movement abilities. So basically just take it really slow and, you know, be really annoying. But I like that. Those are two cool little achievements that they've added. I didn't realize there was one for getting caught by each of them. Look at that. Never been caught, guys. 100% completion rate. Oh yeah, I don't have that on this account because I already did. I did the triple dino on my hardcore. But other than that, they also have, if you have the upgraded bait box, there'll also be one at the base camp, which can be have noted bait added to it. That's definitely very nice. And that's everything for Big Game Hunter. So honestly, nothing huge different there. The biggest thing, if you ask me, is the removal of those rocks from around the scorpion things, because those were so annoying, and I'm really happy to see them gone. Obviously, the Jadinko changes aren't that huge. Some nice new little achievements there, and yeah, seems pretty decent. Other than that, there's several other things that they list for the Anachronia as a whole, but not a whole lot of that really seems significant. They said they reordered where dinos and Vileblooms are. Yep. Dinos have now been, and Vileblooms have now been put in their correct places as they should have been in alphabetical order. That's nice. Also, apparently this guy now sells some hunter crap. So if you want some hunter stuff, you can come here and buy it from this guy. He now sells pretty good assortment of stuff that you can use for your regular hunter alongside buying the mark stuff from him. Other than that, it didn't look like there was anything else too nice to bring up here. It doesn't have a whole lot of changes for the island as a whole. Seems like things are pretty much where they want them to be. Next week, I'm not sure if we're getting anything. I think they mentioned something else in the month ahead, but I'm having trouble recalling what it was that would be coming towards the end of the month. But if there is something, then obviously it has to be coming out next week, because we are going to be into August before you know it. How time does fly, for sure. But there's a couple of other patches that they went over outside of the Land Out of Time. I'm just trying to quickly look. Yeah, I don't see anything else for the for this month, so probably just gonna be patches next week. But they have a bunch of stuff that they have listed in combat, and for some reason they've increased the attack range and magic bonus of max comp and trim comp to 31, up from 26, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they randomly increased that, but they also increased the kiln capes by 2 from 31 to 33. So there's now less of a difference between the max comp and trim comp and the kiln capes, but there's still a difference. I'm not sure why they made this change. People are kind of unhappy about it because like it just seemed, I don't know, it just seemed random to me. I don't know if there was actually any issue with it or what, but yeah, that's there. You no longer have to dismiss pets and familiars before entering the ancient cavern whirlpool. I'm sure that was a big issue for a lot of you guys. They actually changed some stuff with the Acheron mammoths, which is a nice thing to see because those things were a bit annoying. Their animations are really bad and out of sync with what they're doing. So they say that they stopped a lot of the mammoths' attacks from overlapping with each other. Hopefully that makes it a bit nicer to kill them and less confusing to know what they're doing. They also take a longer amount of time to attempt to punish you for kiting them, which basically they like throw a bunch of rocks at you and stun you, and it deals a lot of damage. But they've made that a bit more lenient so you don't get punished for avoiding the range attacks, which you can do. So those two things sound like they make the mammoths a bit easier to deal with and, you know, not as annoying and seemingly glitchy is what it basically looked like before. So glad to see that they've had that change. They also made it so that the flanking icon will appear on your target if you are in flanking position, even if the flanking weapon is only in your backpack. So that is very nice. You can now see when you can flank regardless of your position or regardless of the weapon you have equipped. As long as it's in your backpack somewhere, you will be able to make use of that buff icon to indicate when you can use it, which I think is definitely very nice. Other than that, that was everything from there that I wanted to mention for the combat. And then they also have an other section. They increased the Grand Exchange buy limit of Ancient Scales and Draconic Energy up to 1,000, so you can finally buy enough to make an actual set if you do want to do that. They also made some seemingly nice changes to the Karos Clue Carrier. Let's see. Ooh, that is beautiful looking. I really, really like that. So there's now a nice, beautiful looking tooltip for your Karos Clue Carrier to show you what is inside. Even if you don't have stuff, it still shows it, so it's all nice and organized looking. I really wish they would make the actual clues inside look exactly like this because it looks so good. I want them to have them be in order regardless of which ones you have, as well as have the caskets underneath them rather than filling in to the right. So the tooltip is actually better than what's on the inside. What's up with that? I really hope that they make that change at some point. They've also made it so this nice QOL change, when you complete a clue and you have the clue carrier with you, it will now try to remove a new clue of the same tier from the carrier, so you can start a new clue right away and you don't have to open it yourself and pull it out. Sounds like a really nice little QOL change, so you can continue to continue with your clue flow without having to use the little interface. So definitely appreciate that one. Gonna be nice to do clues with those small little changes there. Other than that, we don't have too much else to go over here. There is a toggle for the Legends Cape to choose whether you want to go in the guild or at the gates. They've also moved away from some snakes from the Dracolith mine in Taibo Wanai and the Light Anamika mine near Polnivnich. So now skillers who are level 3, I guess, can probably do those without worry of being attacked by snakes, because I know everybody's super into skilling nowadays. And then last thing I think, oh no, there's a couple of other things with the auras that I forgot about here, but as I'm sure you guys have had experience with, there's like a destroy, you can destroy stuff in the game. You know, I'm sure that's shocking news. Let's take this thing out, for example. Damn it, why is that a drop? That should be a destroy. These maybe. And if you have more than one of something, usually it'll have another button that says all, and now you can use Control plus A to use all, because right now you can use Y and N for yes and no. They added another keybind or whatever for that, which is definitely a nice little thing there. They've also added several auras as overrides into the customization interface, which some people seem to be happy with. I've never been a big fan of overrides myself, but let me see. I want to do stuff that I own. Oh my god, what in the F? I don't even know what I'm looking for here. I think it's wings that are these auras. Wow, why do I have so many of these? Yeah, so these are like from an aura apparently, but now you can use them as an override instead. So I guess people who want to do that now have the option to, as long as you had the aura in the past, I guess. They also removed the illumination aura from existence because of this, so interesting that they did that. And I think they have the Daemonheim aura. Yeah, the Daemonheim aura is now in the aura interface, so I think it just auto-equips if you're in Dungeoneering and you get those buffs. But that's pretty cool that, you know, another bank space saved, I guess. And then a couple of other things which are a bit interesting that I, again, forgot about until now. You're now able to own multiple pairs of fancy and fighting boots. I'm sure people are very happy about that. Also, you can own multiple of the 3 types of Mage Arena God Capes, which is interesting. I wonder if you can have one of each, if that's what that means, or just multiple of the one you have. And you can also have multiples of achievement set equipment, including previous tiers, which is a bit suspicious. So things like you can go get multiple wilderness swords if you're going to be doing a bunch of stuff in the wildy and expect to die a little bit. Interesting there. And also you can have one of each of the family crest gauntlets, which are the cooking, smelting, and chaos gauntlets, I think, the useless ones. But if you want another pair, it costs 1 mil, which is a lot because it's only, what, 25k to change it. But it's just a convenience cost, and I think it's good that they put a pretty high price on it. But if you want to do that, you can go talk to the guy in Varrock, and I think he can hook you up with that. Definitely an interesting one. They also added a 25, 50, 75, or 100% chance to spawn an additional Chompy bird while hunting Chompies if you've completed the respective already achievement diary. So Elite will give you a 100% chance, making it a bit easier to get that trim requirement out of the way, I suppose. So that's definitely nice. And I think that is everything that I wanted to bring up today. Very interesting to see that they went back on a lot of the design decisions with things like the family crest gauntlets and the Mage Arena stuff, that you can now just get multiples of it kind of out of the blue, but definitely appreciated QOL stuff. And quite a lengthy list of patch notes we had today. Pretty nice, almost as much as you would see from an actual content update. So much appreciated from Jagex for that. But that's pretty much going to be the end of this video, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What's your favorite QOL change from this week, and what are you looking forward to hopefully seeing next month, as I'm sure we'll get the month ahead within the next week or two. Just a heads up, I will be away this weekend, so I will not be able to make any videos if there's any news that comes out, like probably Thursday or onwards, because I'm leaving on Friday. Coming back on Monday, so I'll still have our Monday vlog for next week. But yeah, I will not be around for the weekend. I'll try to get a Hardcore Iron Man vlog scheduled to release over the weekend, but since I'm caught up on clips, it might be a bit of a shorter one with not a whole lot of progress in it. However, I still want to keep it weekly as I've been doing. Thanks again, guys, for checking out this video. If you missed any of the videos I uploaded over the weekend, including one of the loot videos, a hardcore episode, and a triple dino hunt, you can check those out on my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.